Heyo everybody, Haku here for 9 jump week, I think. We're at 9 jump week. Already am I forgetting the numbers at the beginning of these. But we've got a lot this one and a lot for the next one. Since I'm a week behind, I actually didn't get to record this on Friday like I said I was going to in the last jump week video, so I'm just recording this one and the next one back to back. Like immediately after I record this one, I'm going to record the next one. If possible at least, and it should be possible, so yeah, that's the current plan right now. This is going to be an interesting one though. Bit of a frustrating one. So for this one we're going to be doing Excuse Me Dennis, It's Touching Me, Chapter 22, Phantom Seer Chapter 30, I Tell C Chapter 10, Witch Watch Chapter 9, and Tis Time for Torture Princess 92. But this is the finale of Phantom Seer, which is rough. I just want to say that Phantom Seer was amazing, and it was kind of the reason that I wanted to get into more jump series and start doing these jump week videos. So it's a real bummer, and it's a real frustrating one too, because it's a very odd cancellation. It wasn't doing extremely well, like if you compare it to something that already has a large following and has been around for over 100 chapters, like say Jujutsu Kaisen or Hero Academia or Black Clover. Obviously it's not doing as well as those, but for something that's coming from a sort of new mangaka pairing, it did very, very well, which is weird. Like, again, it's not doing amazing, but a lot of those series I mentioned didn't start out amazing either. Generally, things in that genre kind of have a slow build of an audience. Jujutsu Kaisen sort of slowly built its audience over time and then recently exploded with the anime. And Black Clover notoriously did really poorly at first, and I'm not saying this to, like, disparage Black Clover or anything. I like Black Clover. It's just a situation where it did poorly at first, but Jump needed something in that genre, with Naruto going out at the time, needed something in that genre to succeed at the time, and they put a ton of their marketing and a ton of push behind Black Clover and Hero Academia, which caught on much quicker. But even when people weren't getting behind Black Clover, Jump was really pushing for people to get Black Clover over. They were really pushing to make Black Clover a thing. So it's weird that they've sort of done the opposite with Phantom Seer. Like, the placement in Jump is usually partially done by popularity, but also done by editorial discretion. And Phantom Seer was constantly just, even when it was doing more well than other series, constantly pushed back and pushed to the back of the line in just sort of a weird way, almost reminding me of a lot of the people asking, wow, the 2011 Thundercats look so good, how'd it get cancelled so quickly? It wasn't that amazing, in my opinion, but again, a lot of people talk about one of the reasons it ended up doing poorly and getting cancelled so quickly is that Cartoon Network gave it awful time slots. They didn't put very much marketing behind it. They kind of almost self-sabotaged their own show, and it kind of felt like at times Jump was doing that to Phantom Seer. They were like, rather than pushing it and really trying to make it a thing, they were really just holding Phantom Seer back and not like helping it at all. Like, not even just treating it with just the bare minimum, okay, this is where its popularity is, so this is where it's going, but like actually hindering it. In addition to that, it's a very weird cancellation because, again, like I said, it was doing very well for a new mangaka pairing. And on top of that, with the genre it is in, it had a lot of upside. Especially the current arc is really great, or at least was really great, I suppose. And it had a lot of upside. It had a potential to grow to be one of those Black Clover, Hero Academia type series. But it gets cancelled when it's doing more well than over half of what's currently running in Jump. I like Mago-chan God of Destruction personally, but nobody's reading it. Nobody is reading Build King God. Nobody's reading Ball Parade. Nobody's reading Cop and Dolphin. There's so many series that are just not getting anyone to read them. So it's weird that they're still going on, and some have been going on longer, when we cancel Phantom Seer? Why are we not canceling one of those instead? I know Jump likes to keep around a lot of different things from a lot of different genres, but right now there are a bunch of kind of quirky, I don't want to say nonsense comedies, but quirky comedies that all fulfill the same genre that next to nobody's reading. Um, or even within similar-ish genres, what's the Yozakura Family Mission or something like that, and Ayakashi Triangle or something like that. They're more similar from what I know of them, but they're also performing worse than Phantom Seer and have been going on longer. So it's just a weird cancellation to me. Like, of everything that's getting canceled, just between how well it's doing for what it is, how much upside and potential it had in the future, which is a big one, and other things that are both doing worse and have much less upside. Like I mentioned, Phantom Seer could grow to become a really, really popular shonen. But if you were to say cancel other series I'm reading even here for the Jump Week videos, Witch Watcher ITLC, I'm really enjoying both of them, or else I wouldn't be doing the videos with them. But if you were to cancel either of them, I'd be like, yeah, Witch Watch has a ceiling because of the genre that it's in. There's a certain ceiling that it has. It's not, I like, as much as I like it, I don't see it becoming one of the like biggest manga ever or anything. The same goes for ITLC. It has a very set ceiling that I'm like, okay, it's not going to be like one of Jump's greatest hits or anything. But given enough time, Phantom Seer could have been. It had a lot more potential. So yeah, just all around for a bunch of different reasons. I wanted to talk about this before getting into reading stuff. For a bunch of different reasons, it's just a very odd cancellation. Again, it wasn't doing like incredibly well. It wasn't like selling like crazy. But it was doing more well than over half of what's currently running in Jump Weekly. So you'd think a lot of those other things would more likely be on the chopping block first, given that they also don't have as much potential upside in the future. So it's just a very, very odd one. And it's like, because I thought too, I was like, well, maybe they want to take this mangaka pairing off of this project and put them on some sort of different project. But then it's like, the concept behind Phantom Seer is pretty solid. The world that they were building was pretty good. So what other project could they put them on that, like, if you put them on a new one, that's starting that project from scratch? And are we really, like, saying that there's more potential in a new project starting from scratch than there was already in continuing to build Phantom Seer? So it's just a very, very strange decision on Jump's part. And there was one thing that I saw one person say that I think was the best way to put how to feel about this cancellation, which was, I don't know what Jump wants anymore. Like, Jump has, like, I think that's what the best way to put it. I don't know what they want. They had a potential future hit from, again, young mangaka, newer mangaka that they could use for future projects whenever they were done with Phantom Seer, that they could build into real stars with Phantom Seer. I don't get why they would give up a potential, like, a potential success like that and then just keep chugging along with Magu-chan and Roboco and Ball Parade and all of these other manga that nobody's reading, that I don't want to disrespect. I like a lot of them in their own way and I want to catch up to more of them so I can add more to these Jump Week videos, but they're just like, they definitely do not do as well as Phantom Seer currently and don't have the potential to do as well in the future. So it's just such an odd decision to me. It's a very, very strange one. But I guess either way, I'm going to go ahead and start the readings for this video. And I was going to start with Excuse Me Dennis, It's Touching Me, but since I talked so much about Phantom Seer, I'm going to lead off with that instead. So yeah, let's read Phantom Seer first. Okay, it's time to enjoy Phantom Seer Chapter 30, but also realize that wow, Jump is shooting themselves in the foot here, so it's very bittersweet. But we have, of course, the doll god being taken down by Iori. And then the Tengu in there as well. Kenma, stand your ground, Iori. You're a guy who always comes through when it counts, right? Iori, you can do it. I know that. Just hold on. Hold on, I gotta push back somehow or else. I know. You can do it, kid. Even though it was just an illusion, I chose to believe in that phantom of her. Again, it's hard to like... Gosh, it's hard to really read and care too much knowing that it's being canceled when it's like... There was so much more with the conceiving hands. There's just so much more set up that we're not going to get to see. It's so disappointing. And then he cuts through the doll god and the building itself. Final chapter, Those Who See a Phantom. It's just so odd how much Jump is screwing themselves here. But boy, just you wait. Oh, you're not going to cut us down, says Amelia. I'm going to get some trustworthy shamans to exorcise these dolls right away. I want you to be witnesses. In that brief moment, I saw you protecting her. There was no way I could cut you down. I see. Maybe it's the influence of a certain Tengu master. I want to learn more about Senjudoji, so you'll be cooperating with us. Sound good, doll master? I mean, Retta and Amelia. Can I stay with you, Amelia? Yes, it seems you can, that you can. Really, this is the first time a shaman has ever said my name. Iori? Yeah, I'm tired. Let's head back with everyone, head back home with everyone, Ibetsu. Yeah. You're late, Mr. Akama. The battle at the dollhouse ended. We all suffered gravely, but we still managed to get out without losing anyone. Amelia and Retta will be with Nabari. That was my sister's idea. Now Senjudoji can't gather more people. She probably can't make any big moves for a while. Good. At the battle at the dollhouse, Kenma protected his Tengu. Amelia protected Retta. I had never thought about the relationship between humans and phantoms before. I was afraid of my own power. I only thought of using it for revenge. During the fight, the moment I accepted my power, and this is also thanks to you, Ibetsu, but I found it easier to handle. Your feelings and your power may not necessarily be in sync, but I don't think you should deny your feelings. Your feelings and your power are all you. I think it's better if you accept that so you can explore new possibilities. Just like I was able to, thanks to you and everyone. I'll help you get there. Ibetsu? Thanks. Yeah, same to you. Good. I'll make sure to put you two to work. Sis, that's not what... See? Someone already needs help. I saw something weird. Huh? Already? I still need a break. Iori. Okay, sure. I got it. So, what is it? There's this rumor. It's about a boy with psychic powers, inside an empty unused classroom, with creepy talismans stuck all over, is where you'll find him. If you come looking for him, he'll probably seem annoyed. Don't mind that. I love freaking... Oh, that's so great. Gosh, why am I forgetting her name here? Gosh, I'm having just a mental shutdown right now. But that's great. In the hospital bed? I don't mind that. Talk to him. Tell him about the phantom you've glimpsed. Okay, don't mind that. Talk to him. Tell him about the phantom you've glimpsed. In the end, he'll believe you. Because that's how it was for me. A cat phantom, huh? Too bad you ran into us. No matter how incomprehensible or unimaginable. Because if anything weird happens, you can rely on him. A pretty serious one. Alright, like I said, it's hard to, it was hard to care about the last chapter because it's such a just blatant Jump shooting themselves in the foot on this one. Like, what a waste. What a massive waste of, like, such talent. Like, the story and world building were really good so far and we're only getting better. The art was incredible, and that's something that with any long-running series only gets better. It's just such a shame. Jump really screwed this one up. What an absolute shame. And like a lot of people were saying too, this is one of the few series where they actually treated the female main character with some respect and importance as well within Jump. So it's just like, it's such a massive disappointment. Such a massive, massive disappointment. Yeah, I'm just, hold on, just glancing over these comments now, but what an absolute waste. And like everybody talking about how it was selling kind of well, but like that's the thing. I already talked about it too much. I don't want to ramble on about the same things over and over. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. As well as it was selling for, again, it being something from new mangaka. It just makes no sense for Jump to cancel this when it had so much upside. So much upside. When, again, it's performing better than well over half of the current lineup. I mean, hold on, let me just... I can actually just look at the current lineup right now and tell you what it was selling better than. Because when I first learned that it was canceled, like, last week or whatever... and I think Blue Box is what's replacing it, which again, I think is supposed to be a romance, so like, why not get rid of another romance, you know? So, doesn't make sense. But, yeah, like, the ones that are doing better than it are obvious ones that have been going on for like 100 chapters, like Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Hero Academia, Dr. Stone. Now, Sakamoto Days is another one that didn't do well at first, but when it caught on, like, it does really well now. And The Elusive Samurai, I read the first few chapters for these videos, and I've kept reading it just to, like, be a completionist with Jump and try to catch up to everything, but it's not very good. I don't like, I know Japanese audiences like the historical stuff, and it also has the hype of being from the person who did Assassination Classroom, but yeah, it's just straight not very good. But then everything else, I think those were the only ones that performed consistently better, except maybe Marshall. I think Marshall maybe did better than Phantom Seer pretty consistently. But again, Marshall's been going on for like, isn't it like 50 some to 80 some chapters? It's been going on for a bit. But yeah, Mission whatever family is, it did consistently worse. So did this, I forget what the title of this one is. But the one family, like, comedy one, it definitely did better than Ball Parade. No one's reading that. No one's reading Roboco. No one's reading Undead Unluck. No one's reading Magu-chan. It did consistently better than, what is it, Ayakashi Triangle. Nobody's reading Goblin Dolphin. And, like, the biggest nobody is reading is another one that was in a similar genre that you could have just axed instead, which is Build King. Like, nobody is reading Build King. And it's also in sort of that shonen genre. Or, like, sort of the action shonen genre. So again, it makes no sense. What a shameful waste in terms of Jump. Like, I hate to start the video off on a sour note, but I really want to express how stupid this was for them to do. Because again, I don't think that they have anything else other than the series that are already established that they can build to be as established as Phantom Seer was already on its way to becoming, and I don't think they're going to be replacing Phantom Seer with anything that has the same amount of upside. Because again, Blue Box, I'm sure it'll be good. I'm excited to read it. I'm going to read it for the next video. But if it is a romance, again, there's a certain ceiling to that in Jump that is not going to reach where Phantom Seer could have. So yeah, it's just a disaster. Just a disaster of a cancellation. But either way, gonna move on, gonna read the other series now. I say next we jump into the manga that can best raise our spirits back up, which is chapter 22 of Excuse Me Dennis, It's Touching Me. This, I guess, is just going to be releasing every other week now, which is fine with me. I love it. It's so good. So let's start here with Old Man. What are you doing out here all by yourself? Actually, there's an emergency. Akuya and oh, and he's just trying to say something calmly. Actually, there's an emergency. Akuya and Takioka are... Calm down, Tomori. No need to worry about them. See? Alright. He just has these cats. Akuya and Takioka? Wrong. Those are cats. You were saying you wanted some. That was something I said back in second grade. I mean, I'll still keep them. No, putting that aside, Akuya is, rather than that, we need to get food for the cats. What do you mean, rather than that? You rushed the marriage so she came to refuse, right? Tamori, what in the world are you talking about? She didn't come to turn down the marriage talks? Anyway, that doesn't matter right now. She's currently in a safe place, so don't worry. Huh? Then why did she come flashing her teeth at me? What? I don't know. So, what was Akuya trying to tell me? Oh, found the kitty litter. We just have Tamori shopping. I'm sorry. And runs into Kurosumi. Mr. Kurosumi, what are you doing here? I was in the middle of taking a lost child to a police station, but the stuff they've got here is different to the usual store I go to, so I got curious. I was out of cat grass too. I wonder why. The cat grass looks like a different type of grass. Might be a good idea to grow it myself sometimes. Stop. Also, take a look at this. What an idea to hide the powder to get high inside the stomach. I said stop it. Don't say things like get high. Would you like me to take the lost child to the police station? I feel like you might cause an incident carrying grass and powder to the police station. That's true. And then there's a dog. Oh, it's just a dog. Possum. This manga is so insane. Like, it's so just, like, I don't know, everyone and everything is so, like, off kilter and, like, a screw is loose that it's hard to wrap your brain around it. By the way, where's the lost child? In the toilet right now. And we see, is that Akuya under the dog? My Wakagashira fiancé is with the enemy Wakagashira, holding powder and grass in their hands, having a fun conversation while cross-dressing. Why? No, wait a minute. That person might not be a cross-dressing Mr. Tamori. She might just be someone who looks like him. You have a piece of seaweed on your teeth. You look so stupid. Please brush your teeth as soon as you get home. That insensitivity. That's definitely Mr. Tamori. Calm down, calm down. This must be a business deal. It must be a disguise for the deal. But the Shinju family and the Kokyokai doing a transaction on such friendly terms. Are the two families not on such bad terms anymore? Don't you also need this bone, Mr. Kurosumi? You think so? Huh, did you find something funny? No, I just remembered about that day. That day? And you just look up. The day we chose each other's underwear before our date. Oh no. And the pause over Hakuya's eyes. That's far beyond the level of just being on good terms. Actually, is this the reason he broke off the engagement? Then what am I? I love the dog here. Then Hakuya stands up with the dog on her shoulders. Akuya? If you have someone you like, you should have just told me so, stupid. A man I like. Wait a sec. Oh, you know the lost child? Akuya was the lost child. Don't worry, more importantly, Cat. That shitty old man. What do you mean safe place, idiot? Huh? Where'd she go? Thanks for waiting, Pochi. It was just somebody else's dog. And Akuya storming off. Hold up. Oh my gosh, and we have the best. I love how insane everyone is. This is so good. Where do you plan on going with such a tear-stained face? You are. Everyone calls me. I. And Chikabe Donser. Whoa, she reeks of alcohol. I saw everything. I know how you feel. I also have experience, and she pulls out a cigarette. The experience of having the man I fell for, liking another man. Darling, stop wearing yourself down by grinding your teeth. Don't you think that having your feelings hurt is enough? Come, I'll teach you. Next time on I and Akuya's bar-hopping adventures, I'll teach you the way to drink without damaging your teeth. Mikaze, do you know where my futon beater went? I heard it's better to use a vacuum cleaner than beating it. And of course, because I just stole it. Oh, this is so good. This is so great. I love this manga. It's insane. It's actually insane. A look into the mind of insanity. But yeah, either way, that definitely got the spirits back up. Gonna read ITLC and Witch Watch next, and then end on yet another banger with It's Time for Torture Princess, which is like the best. Also, sorry if the lighting is a bit harsh. The sun's like, I have my curtains closed, but the sun is coming in my window like really, really hard right now, off to my right. So yeah. Either way, gonna move on now to ITLC. Alright, time for ITLC Chapter 10. I should probably get a new little thingy to put over here in the corner that doesn't have the new thingy in the corner at this point. Excited as always. The end of last chapter was hilarious. I loved it. So I guess we're going to see how this new investigation division works and how all that's going to go. But yeah, let's go. Chapter 10. This one's titled Gun. Iowie, she's going to perform an arrest? Has that loose cannon ever assisted with an arrest? What you're saying is preposterous. She's obviously up to something. But she isn't. Iowie will be reborn as a proper detective. The stage has been set. And now we have several minutes earlier. We're approaching 24 hours since the start of the standoff. The robber is live streaming his demands and has requested a getaway vehicle. Here is streamed footage from moments after the robber entered the bank. Hey, face down on the ground, and don't pull anything funny. Listen up, if my demands aren't met, I'm gonna kill these hostages. Oh, so what if the guy that Iowie shot was the real criminal, but this guy is just like the real criminal came in there and told one of the bystanders to put on a mask and started filming them, so this guy's just one of the bystanders, and the one working the camera is the actual criminal, and is the one that Iowie shot. I'm gonna kill these hostages. Is that car ready yet? Traffic control's holding it up, sir. The force is all over the place trying to deal with Iowie's case right now. This is my debut performance as chief of the 1st Criminal Investigation Division. You better believe I'm getting a commendation for this. Plus, that trident-haired mess is out of the picture. It's my time to shine. Stylist, be a dear. Split my bangs into 3. Excuse me, Assistant Chief? That's Chief. The robber has a new stream up. He does? How long are you gonna make me wait? You got 10 more minutes. Otherwise, I'm killing this hostage. And Iowie's just posing. She's the cutest. Iowie. Then, the stream cut off. That's when you showed up. What's going on here? When did Iowie even slip in? You know, you said, your wife said she would, wished you would work on that temper of yours. And when exactly did you talk to my wife? I love that Akiraka is just a housewife. Here, use these to see the action inside. Care for some piping hot milk? There, I made my demands. Girl, get back to where you were. Me? But since I'm here, why not join me instead and chat until we fall asleep? Sort of like this. Our favorite Yukichi Fukuzawa portrait is all together now. The 10,000 yen bill. Why would I do that? Oh my, I was just in the frame on stream just now. I ran out of foundation and wasn't able to touch up my makeup. What are you talking about? You don't get that you're a hostage? I do, and out of the many hostages, you picked me. Romantic twist of fate, isn't it? What in the hell are you talking about? I want to assist you. After all, I am in love with you. Let's elope and go on the lam. What is Iowie saying to the robber? Can you use this, or you can use this to listen. Fork that over, Trident do. Trident do. Has being a hostage knocked a screw loose in that head of yours? Also, love is a bunch of bull. My parents cut me off, my wife left me, my band broke up. Money's the only key to happiness for me now. Of course, you're not going to trust me right away, are you? Freeze, or I'll shoot. This is bad. If he hits a hostage behind her, that'll be bad for my reputation. Hey, you. Get back, it's dangerous. I'll be his hostage instead. And then she just shoots the guy. Okay, so I was totally reading that wrong. People with loud voices scare me. She shot him. I knew that woman would never assist us. How dare you ruin my glorious debut. This is gonna get you thrown off the force too, you know. You had a gun? Wait, you just killed? Yes, this is the least I can do. I do love you after all. Now will you trust me? Fine, I trust you. So would you mind tossing the gun? Okie dokie. She flings the gun away off panel. I know. Let's pressure the cops by making this guy our example. Sure. come on, hurry, Mr. Teruhiko. I've never seen her touch a corpse before. How do you know my name? Oops, I said your name by accident. That means Plan A is a bust. Or was the guy she shot actually just, Sakon faking it? Plan A? Who the hell are you? Wait a minute. I don't recognize you. Have you been one of the hostages from the start? Slipping into a crowd is my forte. I'm a ninja, you know. Just kidding. Besides, you told me who you were yourself, didn't you, Mr. Teruhiko? Say what? I didn't tell you squat. But you did when we locked eyes, remember? Locked eyes? Yesterday. I watched the footage from your stream. Right after the case developed. You were looking at me, right? Your intense stare sent my heart racing. The eyes are the window to the soul. They're always honest. I sat there and saw what you wanted to tell me. Oh? Oh, and it's reflected in his eyes. Okay. What I saw reflected in your eyes was a sticker on your tablet. When I looked it up, I found it was for a punk band that broke up the other day. The vocalist had the exact same charming mouth as you. I also snuck in through the back and blended in with hostages a little while ago. Silent lockpicking is another forte of mine, you see. What kind of crazy eyesight does she have? Also, if you knew his name already, you should have passed that info on to us. Oops, I'm getting awfully forgetful as of late. Did I remember to turn off my kotatsu table heater? Don't tell me, you're a cop. Oh, yes, sorry for deceiving you. So all that crap about love was to throw me off, and no, it wasn't. I do love you, and I want to accept you into my life, but I need to do some changing of my own. You won't regret it, I swear. I can make you happy, so would you mind if I arrested you? Quit playing games. Who gives a damn if you know my name? He's going to shoot. Risa, what if Plan A doesn't work out? Then I'll leave it to you, Mr. Akiraka. First, I'll draw his attention. Honey, Teruhiko dear, lead her. We have... Was that his mom, his wife, and his bandmates that he mentioned before? Mom? My wife. And bandmates? Isn't there a person around I can't find? I'm not in the housewife gossip circle for nothing. There isn't a person around I can't find. I'm not in the housewife gossip circle for nothing, you know. And the moment he's off guard, huh? And then Sakon just takes him down, is when we strike. Great work. Seems you won't be needing to reapply your makeup after all, Mr. Sakon. What's the best way to wash a shirt stained with fake blood? What? No way. What happened to her? Iowi just made an arrest. This is so good. That was so fun. Alright. Incredibly, incredibly fun chapter. Gonna go to Witch Watch chapter 9 now and then move forward. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to more ITLC if it's like this. That was really, really, really good. But yeah, Witch Watch time. Okay. Time for Witch Watch chapter 9. Yeah, we got introduced to a Tengu character. I think his name was Khan at the end of last week's chapter. And I like his design a lot, so I'm excited to see where this goes. It was actually a really fun and good chapter last time around, so yeah, I guess we'll see how things go. Man, Nico, it's been ages. Ages, I tell ya. And we just have upset Moi. We've both been so busy with our training. It's been, what, 3 years? Hey, I'm glad we could sit down and have lunch together like this again. Real glad. Hey, aren't you looking at me at all? Anywho, where was I again? You were saying how the mountain I trained on was guarded by your Tengu clan for generations, and that your dad and my mom know each other, right? Yeah, Nico and I were both training, and we happened to hit it off. We were friends right away. We played together almost every day, didn't we? Is that so? Why, there was that time we were playing by the river. Nico went diving in head first, and zoop, her swimsuit came right off. I found it for her. Wah, con, no embarrassing stories. Really? So, You think you've explained everything? I think not. You've yet to even mention the most important part. Oh, what's with you? So picky. What are you, a micromanaging boss? Like I said, Nico's mom asked me to watch over, same as you. There, happy now? Never mind that and get me another hamburger. You sure don't have more talent, you sure you don't have more talent as a chef than an ogre? I'll eat more of your cooking, so hurry it up and bring me another. And then he gets up and starts to go make another burger. Here you go, and tosses it on his face. Extremely dangerous. What? I can't believe you did that. Are you a psychopath or something? Sorry, your forehead was so flat and wide I mistook it for a plate. What are you saying with that cold look in your eye? Quit dodging the subject and finish explaining. If you're another of Nico's guards, where have you been all this time? I ain't talking to no ogre. Ah, is that so? If you aren't going to talk then, I guess I need to try something else. Huh? What's this now? Nico, use whatever spell you want. Just make him talk. Whoa, you're scaring me. Animate, and she uses it on an umbrella? Well, at the end of the day, ogres and Tengu just don't like each other, haven't for centuries. You made my umbrella talk? Yep, it's a spell that gives a personality to an object. Well, that's a weirdly incredible spell. And my personal stuff's gonna know a lot more, gonna know a lot about me, huh? The clans have calmed down about it a whole bunch in recent times, yeah. But back in the day, they'd go at it all the time, just like my aunt and uncle. Why is it talking like Mr. Tora? Maybe it's because you always had Otoko Asurayo playing on the TV back at your place. Well, ain't that as pretty as kitty mittens? Is it a parrot or something? So ogres and Tengu are rivals. And that's why you were so antagonistic towards me, huh? Stupid if you ask me. And of course just explaining that it's an old movie series. Okay? Got it. First off, I've never even heard that before. To me, Tengu are just creatures that my dad may have mentioned once before. They're just kinda there to me. Hey, whoa, that right there. That who cares about Tengu attitude drives me bonkers. See, that face. Those dark, blank eyes that just scream, Tengu, so what? Stop, please, you're making me want to cry. Oh yeah, I completely understand. Are we Tengu the only ones who care? Really? You ogres don't care about us at all? That's so not fair. You should pay more attention to us, Tengu. So what you're saying is you hate them so much you're in love? I totally understand, Khan. Nico and Khan's relationship is so funny. My pops, a greater Tengu, was always telling me, you must never let an ogre outdo you. Ogres are all over the old legends, but barely any Tengu. Ruffles my feathers. Only ogres got famous. How's that fair? How come it's not Tengu Slayer, huh? Okay, you Tengu have jealousy issues. He really loved how Demon Slayer was about going around killing ogres and demons. He'd stay up all night reading it. Well, somebody's addicted. His favorite character is the half Tengu, of course. One half Tengu, one half ogre. The booze he was drinking was even called Ogre Killer. Talk about petty hatred. Enough of this. You're just going on about your dad, and I was a big fan of Demon Slayer. That doesn't tell me a thing about why you only just showed up now. I took Pops' words to heart. Now I want to do everything I can to up Tengu visibility. To that end, I plan to handle this mission all by myself. I'm going to secretly find the source of the disaster without telling some dumb ogre, and solve this all by myself. Then all the glory will be mine, Tengu popularity will shoot through the roof, and you stupid ogres will have mud all over your face. See, Nico, this is what happens when Greater Tengu's teachings go wrong. Glory, validation, credit. So, you heard the additional prophecy about dogs and rain, and so we're being extra cautious too? If we're both doing the same thing, shouldn't we just work together? Khan, you've been protecting me since I started school here too, haven't you? Thanks. I'm glad you decided to come help me. Whatever. I'm from a family of familiars anyway. I've always wanted a place where I could use my powers. If this is my duty, then good. I want to be useful to you. Khan. Don't let him fool you, sweet cheeks. This guy's just trying to look cool. The real reason is because Miss Ibuki took on his debts for him. What? Quit flapping your non-existent yap, you cheap thing. And there's the microtransactions for my mobile games. I don't mind a little gambling neither. And I had to treat my friends to stuff. But if I ever got any cash, I'd spend it right away. Holy crap, this guy's complete trash. I thought I'd borrow just a little bit to pay back some bills, but before I knew it, I was somehow up to my ears in debt. Figured my only way out was to take off and run away in the night. That's when Nico's mom stepped in. Generous lady she is. Real nice, generous lady. How is that something that happens to a middle schooler? Oh, did we get a delivery? I'll go get it. I could use some fresh air. Okay, that does it. Let's just each do our own thing. Any desire I had to cooperate with you is gone now. Gone. Hey, your eyes went blank again. You've lost all your interest in me. Well, I've never wanted to work with you in the first place, so there. Hey, ogre. What? Nico's gone, so let me give you this. It's a prophecy that's for your eyes only. Enemy in school. Enemy? Then the disaster isn't something passive like an accident or illness. There's someone who's deliberately out to get Nico. Right, and they're at your school. My mission is to investigate it. Ever since class started, I've been checking everywhere, looking for danger. This has to be kept a secret from Nico. Anxiety can lead witches down a dark path. That's a direct order from Miss Ibiki. Nico has enemies. Wait, where is she? Didn't somebody come a minute ago? She's in the foyer. Moe? And she looks soaked? Nico, what happened? I, got a package from Mom. A lot of old witch smocks. I thought I'd show them off to you, so I changed into one. And all of a sudden it got really stiff. Okay, no, never mind. Your clothes. Eek, it grew eyes. Gross. Witch girl. An object. Given a personality. I have bound this body. So it's essentially, kill a kill now. Wait, this is magic. Let her go. Ow, I can manipulate this fabric at will. It can be as soft as silk or as stiff as steel. If you're concerned for this girl's safety, I would not make any rash moves. I have her hands bound as well. She cannot use any magic. Her body is entirely under my control. Did you really have to pop eyes out right there? Gah ha ha ha. Don't wave the skirt around either. And then it tries to kidnap her. Wait, where are you going? This witch girl is coming with me. Not on my watch. Farewell. Moi! And it just flies off with her. Nico, her enemy, is a magic user. And we get Cliffhung, which is fine by me, kind of, because I'm about to read the next chapter right after this when I record the next Jump Week video. But yeah, that was really, really fun. I like the interactions here. It was pretty wordy. I like the interactions a lot between Moe and Khan. I like Khan and Nico's relationship a lot too. It's just really fun. I'm excited to get more into the school stuff, finding out who this enemy is, but also I just like the school stuff in this manga. It's been really good so far, and I like Kata as like my favorite character pretty much. So yeah, I'm excited to get back to that, but next chapter should be interesting because I think we'll probably get a better idea of maybe who is doing this, and that could also lead into some funny comedy stuff. But either way, gonna finish off this video with "'Tis Time for Torture Princess" real quick before I jump into the next one. Alright, time to end Jump Week on "'Tis Time for Torture Princess," which is just the best. Also, I wanted to mention in the video that, you know, last week when I was talking about things, I don't remember how much I said it out loud or how much I just thought it while reading, but I was like, you know, it's weird. I really thought Vanilla was a little bit shorter than Princess, but I thought she looked a lot more her age and a lot more her size as well, maybe a little shorter before. But she looked like weirdly small and young last chapter, and I'm glad I wasn't the only one, because a lot of the time I like to go back and read the comments after these chapters, which is often not a great idea because sometimes the comments are just awful for a lot of series. Not really for this one, but yeah, a lot of other people were saying the same thing about Vanilla. They were like, wait, hold on a sec, why was she this, like, was she always this small? Was she always this young looking? So it wasn't just me that was a little confused by that. So yeah, don't know what was up with that. But either way, time for chapter 92. Princess, and we're back in our usual cell. Princess, 'tis time for torture. A princess's resolve forged anew. Tough luck for you, Torture. You ain't getting a thing out of me today. You must be dying to know, X, why I'm so confident. I did think to myself why, but dying to know? That's a resounding nay. My horoscope today told me that Pisces is the most lucky today. That reasoning is weaker than I'd expected. And Torture, with her sign being Cancer, is in last place. Today, the celestial forces are guarding me, a proud Pisces. It's impossible for me to submit to someone who's a Cancer. Today's torture shall be Karaage. Why? The crab takes down the fish. Ridiculous. I, the princess, and a Pisces ranked #1 today, being cornered like this by a Cancer who's in last place. She simply brought out the Karaage. That's it. I can't. Maybe my only option is to now become a Cancer as well. Wait, I have no idea what you're talking about. No, it's not over yet. I've been pushed to the edge countless times in the past. I've had the same fatalistic thoughts then as now, but I've never given up, but I never gave up once. I always fought back from the brink. No, I haven't lost yet. I'll never give in. And she brings out, is that lime or lemon? You fiend. Or no, I think they usually serve orange with karaage, right? Wait, you fiend, what are you planning on doing? What, I ask you? Simply adding a pinch of lemon to this karaage. Monster, there's no way you don't know what you're doing. There's not a person who would disagree that adding lemon to karaage without asking others is a heinous sin. But of course I understand that. However, Princess, you'll never give in, as you yourself have claimed. And the shocked face, the facial expressions, the art in this manga is incredible. In which case, this karaage of mine is left to my taste and my discretions, and adding lemon to fried chicken suits my taste quite well. Your Highness, please hold strong. It's okay. I'm fine. Don't worry, X. I'm not one to give in to a threat like that. You're right. That karaage is all yours now. If you want to sour it up with lemon, go for it. But the moment you do, you've lost all chance of winning over this anti-lemon prisoner. And then she's shocked. I see. In this situation where the hostage's, karaage's life, no lemon, has value, torture won't pull the trigger on that valuable existence so easily. And so whoever gives in first is the loser in this test of wills. Hee, 'tis what I've come to expect of you, Princess. Menace has ever been an ineffective tool against you. I shall end this lemon drop charade, a wise decision, and in its stead, perhaps a dollop of mayonnaise will meet your approval. Oh, yep, that's my favorite. I give up. Your Highness? The princess talked. Oh, nom yummy. Karaage and mayonnaise together? I know how unhealthy it is, but... Oh no, it's just too delicious. The Hell Lord's throne room. I understand. Mayonnaise is delicious. I usually have it with pork kimchi, an all-purpose seasoning beloved by man and demon alike. What a great chapter to end on. The best. Like, really, behind Hero Academia, I think this is my favorite thing. Maybe even ahead of Academia. This might be my favorite thing to read weekly. It's not the most serious, obviously, clearly, but it's so fun. I love it. I love everything about "'Tis Time for Torture Princess." What a great manga. Jump Plus has really got something with this one. But yeah, either way, gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching. It kind of feels weird doing an outro given that I'm gonna record like another basically hour worth of content after this. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and all that. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I'll give you one. If you want to help support the channel, on Patreon, it's patreon.com/Haku of the tubes, or a link will be in the description. Either way, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.